Salam and welcome again to Effective Arabic. Today we are going to continue our video series on learning Moroccan Arabic for beginners. It's lesson 7 that is going to be about numbers. Do you remember in the previous lesson we did numbers from 1 to 100? Now it's time to get to learn numbers above 100. Let's do it! 200 in Moroccan Darija is مئتين. Let's repeat, مئتين. So the word مئتين is the dual of 100, which is مئة. As you know, in Arabic we have dual and we use it with numbers as well. Let's see the next one. 300. Let's repeat, 300. So you will notice that all the numbers in hundreds end up with the sound مئة. And before مئة, we put numbers that we studied in the previous lesson from 1 to 10, but in a slightly different pronunciation. So for example, the word تلت, it's actually ثلاثة, but we said it a bit differently because it is attached to مئة. Okay? Let's move now to the next one. 400. Let's repeat, 400. So the word ربع, it's actually ربعة, but we said it a bit different because again it is in hundreds, and the same thing applies to all the other numbers in hundreds such as 500, which was actually خمسة, but here we spell it خمسة, 500. Okay, let's now go to see the other hundreds. 600. Let's repeat, 600, 600. Let's move on to the next one. 700. Once again, 700. So the word سبعة is actually سبعة, which means 7. Next one is 800, 800. Let's repeat, 800. And then we have 900, 900, 900. And 1000 is ألف. Let's repeat, ألف, pretty easier. Alright guys, so the word formations of thousands is pretty similar to the word formations of hundreds. But sometimes they could be a bit easier because we do not have to change the pronunciation of some numbers. So let's have a look at them to understand them better. ألفين, 2000, which is the dual of 1000. Let's repeat it. ألفين, ألفين. Okay, let's see the next one. 3000. Again, 3000. Next one is 4000, 4000. And if you notice here the word ربعة, which means 4, we did not change its pronunciation at all. It remained the same. Not like in hundreds when we slightly changed its pronunciation a little bit. In thousands, numbers very often remain the same. Let's move on to the next one. 5000. Once again, 5000. It's the same thing with the word خمسة. We did not change its pronunciation. 5000. Perfect. Let's move on to the next one. 6000. Let's repeat. 6000. Next one is 7000. 7, which is number 7. Once again, 7000. Next one is 8000. Let's repeat, 8000. And here we need to mention that this one is a bit irregular because the word تمنة, it's actually تمنية. But we do not say 8000, it's wrong. We say 8000. Okay, let's say it again. 8000. Awesome. Now let's move on to the next one. 9000, 9000. Again, 9000. So the word تسعة, it's actually تسعود. But again, we cannot say تسعود لف, it's wrong. We should say 9000, a bit irregular. Again, 9000. Let's move on to the next one. 10,000. Again, 10,000. So the word 10 means 10. Now we are going to see numbers in 10,000s. 20,000. Let's repeat. 20,000. So we have the word 20, which is 20, and then 1000, which is 1000. You should notice here that we said 1000 and we did not say lef. Lef is wrong. But if you want to sound Moroccan, you can connect between N and A and say 20,000. Listen carefully. 20,000. That's how Moroccans say 20,000. And the same thing applies to all the other numbers such as 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 60,000, again 60,000, and 70,000, 80,000, 90,000, and then we have the bigger number 100,000. Can you guess how to say it? Okay, let me help you a little bit. 100 is mia and 1000 is alif. Mia, alif. You will notice that there are two vowels here. Letter A at the end of mia and letter A at the beginning of the word alif. So, to connect between the two words and to break the sound of the two vowels, Moroccans add the letter T. So, it becomes miatalif. Let's repeat. Miatalif. Let's go to see another example and we will understand better. Miatayin alif. Let's repeat. Miatayin alif. So the word miatayin is the dual of the word mia. Remember? Okay, let's go to the next one. 300,000. Can you guess how to say it? Okay, let me help you. Again, we have the word 300, which is still timia, and then the word 1000, which is alif, and we connect between them by adding the letter T. It will become tiltimiatalif. Let's say it again. Tiltimiatalif. Very good. So similarly to all the other 100,000s. 400,000 is 400,000. Again, 400,000. And the same thing applies to all the other numbers until you reach 1,000,000. Guys, it's awesome. You know a lot of numbers now. We only say million. Can you guess how to say 2 millions in Darija? Okay, let me help you. 2 is juge. And then we have million, which is million. And we connect them with letter D in the middle. So we say juge de million. Let's repeat. Juge de million. Listen carefully one more time. Juge de million. So the same thing applies to all the other numbers such as ثلاثة de million or 4 de million, 5 de million, 6 7 or 8 de million, 9 10 de million, and so on. It applies to all the numbers, and the same numbers that we did from 1 to 1 million, you can apply them again from 1 million and so on. Until we reach to milliard, which is 1 billion. Guys, this is awesome. You know almost every number now in Darija. Now it's time to practice. We are going to see some mixed numbers, such as this one, 125. And I'm gonna walk you through how to say it. So we take the first one, which is mia, and then we say O, which is the equivalent of and. And now, do you remember how to read numbers in tens? We already said that we read them from right to left. So I would say 5 and 20. Look, 5 و 20. Let's read it again. 125. Let's see now another example to understand this much better. The next number is 176. So we take the first number again, which is 100, and then we read the other two numbers from right to left. So we say O ستة O سبعين. Let's read it again. 176. 176. Okay? Now let's go to see another example. Oh, this one is a little bit bigger. 1963. How to read it? We would follow the same method that we did before. We will start with the first number, which is 1000, ألف, and the next one is 900, which is 900, and the last two numbers we read them from right to left. So we would say 3 60. So 1963. Let's say it again. 1963. Perfect. Do you want to go to another mixed number? I am so excited. Let's see. 2020. So how to read this one? As always, we will start with the thousand number, which is 2000, 2000, and then we say 20, 2020. And if you want to sound Moroccan, you can connect between the N and O and say 2020. Again, 2020. That's the right pronunciation. Now we are gonna see a very useful question that you can use to practice numbers with Moroccans, which is فوقاش خلقتي? Where were you born? Once again, فوقاش خلقتي. Listen carefully. The word فوقاش, which means when, you can spell it فوقاش if it was harder for you to spell the letter قاف. And then we have the word خلقتي or خلقتي. When were you born? And the response to that is أنا خلقت في, and then you add the year I was born in. Let's see, for example, I'm gonna talk about myself. أنا خلقت في 1992. I was born in 1992. So let's break it down to understand better. First, we should start with the thousand number, which is ألف, and then we go to the 900s, which is 900, and the last two numbers we read them from right to left. So I would say 92 1992. So one thing to mention here is that Moroccans very often say only the last two numbers of the year. So they would only say خلقت في 92. So أنا خلقت في 92 considered a bit informal, but a bit easier, quicker, so you can use it. It's very useful. So it would be أنا خلقت في 92, which technically means that I was born in 1992. So guys, that is the end of our lesson. Hope you guys learned how to say numbers in Moroccan Derija, how to say the year you were born. Feel free to watch this video again. If you have any question, please leave it in the comment section below. And last but not least, shukran for watching this channel. If you like it, subscribe so you get notified whenever we post a new video. And until I see you again, goodbye for now. Bislama!